एसएसपी आ गया था ट्विंकल मैम इस तरफ आइए
anywhere, all the places are there for the author, wherever you would like to sit.
People can sit here. Wherever
This is for the authors, wherever.
One chair, Namita is also sitting there. So, this is yours? Oh, perfect.
Yeah, we'll just ask you.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're about to begin very shortly, requesting all of you to kindly take your seat and gather in and around the main stage, and also a very humble request.
Winner of the Popular Award for Fiction, Pajamas Are for Giving by Twinkle Khanna.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Crossword, for this award. I may not deserve it, but I didn't deserve a name like Twinkle either. Not that the names I've come up with after that have been any better, Mrs. Funny Bones and even Baba Twink Dave. Now I think I have to coin yet another moniker, if for nothing else than to say that I'm following in the path of Susan Sontag, who said that a writer has to be four people: a nut, a moron, a stylist, and a critic. Now, a nut comes easy to me. It's the path that dreams up all these ideas and then puts this unfiltered nonsense or regurgitates it onto paper, which masquerades as my first draft. A moron. I strongly believe in the power of being a moron. I wrote about it last week. The people who think about their stupidity are often the most intelligent, because it is only the truly dumb who are convinced of their smartness. The ones who are secretly wondering if they are idiots are the ones who know that there is so much to know that they clearly don't know enough. If you have understood this sentence, then you're clearly a moron like me, which is also a prime example of an oxymoron. Yeah, well, I write for a living, so. Stylist is, I guess, the difference between using a word like regurgitate instead of just saying vomit. And critic, this is the most important part, because writers need to have an inflated sense of self-worth while they're writing. to feel that what they're saying is worthy of someone else's attention. And then they have to have the ability to put that ego aside, look at that work objectively, and yes, all of us, listen to your editor, take their suggestions, incorporate them, because I think that is the most important thing a writer needs to do. If I'm standing here, it's because of 3 writers, 3 editors who molded me. My first, Sarita Tanwar at DNA, Neelam Raj, who makes sure that my copy is as sharp as it could be in Times of India, and also that I don't write myself into having morchas outside my house every second Sunday. And of course, Chiki Sarkar, the editor and publisher of this book, who cut 10,000 words out of my manuscript and I wanted to stab her in the bloody heart. But in hindsight, it was good because for some odd reason I decided that I want to throw in as many metaphors instead of pages, which would have been disastrous. So technically, this is her award as much as it is mine, and I thank you on our behalf.
Fantastic. Mrs. Funny Bones, thank you so much. Many congratulations. That acceptance speech was a crash course for me on how to be the most successful writers of our country. Yes, all the winning authors from both the popular and the jury categories. Please join us on stage.
Okay, everyone, look here. Smile, please. Yep. Okay, everyone. One more.
Thank you.
Okay, now I'm going to request you all to please stay with me, and I'd like to invite the shortlisted authors to please join us on stage. Let's complete this gathering of Indian literature. All the shortlisted authors, please join us on stage.
Okay, everyone. Okay, everyone, look here. Smile.
I'd like to request all our winners to kindly proceed for press interaction at this corner. All our winning authors.
Thank you.
Mother's Day, we are all going to get these little cards and we're going to go ooh and ah. But I want to tell you what mothers really want for Mother's Day, or at least what I want for Mother's Day. I want to be free of all responsibilities for an entire day. I don't want anyone to ask me any questions. Don't ask me where's your blue t-shirt. Don't ask me which bottle your dragon toy has fallen into. Don't ask me what is 15 plus 73. Don't ask me what's going to happen to your A-level exams. Don't ask me what's for lunch. Don't ask me when you can go and meet your friend Ishika. Don't ask me when the lockdown will lift. In fact, for the rest of the day, I would prefer it if you don't even call me mummy and call me auntie, so that I actually feel free of all responsibilities. Some of you watching this may think I'm a terrible mom, and sometimes I also wonder the same thing, especially when my little one, when she doesn't get her way, looks at me and says, "Bad mama." But deep down, I don't think I'm a bad mom. I think I'm a badass mom, though I have a perfectly fine posterior. So here's wishing all you badass moms out there a happy Mother's Day. And to the ones with a good ass, a happy Mother's Day to you as well.